my career is far from over, so I'm not really too concerned about that. I still got a lot more time in this league. But, you know, overall we had a hell of a season, hell of a year. You know, I think we took some steps forward as a team, as an organization, you know, to win the games that we won, the 50-plus games, to win our division, to get to this point right now where we had a chance to, you know, get to the conference finals. We'll take that. You know, it's a learning curve for us, and we'll be back, you know, better and stronger next season for sure.
The Knicks season ended on Saturday night after being eliminated from the playoffs by the Pacers. Carmelo had 39 points, but still not enough for the Knicks to pull it off. How responsible is Carmelo Anthony for the loss? And Austin, we'll start with you first.
All right. I'm tired of everybody saying he's responsible for them losing. Okay, he had a rough fourth quarter, and I know you've been talking about that all day. He had 39 points. They wouldn't have been in a position to win the game if he didn't have what he's been doing.
But
overall, he did struggle down the stretch. I think sometimes instead of blaming someone, I think you just have to tip your hat off to the other team. Listen, you got to look at how many free throws the Pacers shot, how many points in the paint they shot, how more balanced of a team the Pacers have. And I think when you look at it, it just looks like they want it. Like they just look like they're aggressive. They're more exciting to watch. And I really don't think Melo is the person to blame. Throughout the whole series, I don't think he had his best series.
Sure.
But he was more consistent than anybody else on that team. If you're going to blame someone, it's certainly not Carmelo Anthony.
Okay, well, quantify it, because earlier Skip said 80%, Stephen A. said 50%. Would you give him a percentage?
I would say around 50. It would be around that range. I don't think you point the finger at Melo, because he single-handedly sometimes propels them to wins. And one quarter should not solidify what he's done over the whole playoffs. I mean, he was great versus Boston. I wanted to break the TV watching him. He destroyed my dad's team versus Celtics. He played well versus the Pacers. Not his greatest, but he didn't play bad. So I don't think he should be blamed. I think he played all right.
Skip, I think Stephen A. wants you to go.
Is Carmelo Anthony by far the best player on that team?
Yes.
Yes. He makes by far the most money. Well, that's probably not true.
No, it doesn't. Amari makes more.
Makes more. That's unfortunate. But again, we expect an awful lot from Carmelo Anthony. Look, I've been a big supporter of his on this show. Someday, I believe you're going to be a star in this league, and I said it before the draft, and I'm going to expect a lot of you. This is this man. He's over on the side at Indiana, inside, what's it called now? Fieldhouse?
Yes.
I don't even know the name of it.
Fieldhouse.
Yeah, and he's over there. We got this. They are raining threes for the first time in this series. Shumpert he's crazy, silly hot, right? And all of a sudden, Chris Copeland comes, oh, he's raining threes. JR is raining threes. I'm sitting in my living room thinking, they've got this. I'm thinking, Carrie picked this. She's got him winning at 7. She's got this. And all of a sudden, Carmelo said, no, I got this. Get out of my way. Everybody get out of my way. I got this fourth quarter. That's not the way to get that game home. What have I said again and again about how much I respected LeBron in the finals last year? He was terrific because he got all of his weapons involved. That's why in Game 2, Battier had 5 threes. In Game 3, D. Wade scored 25. Game 4, Mario scored 25. In Game 5, Mike Miller had 7 threes. You've got to utilize the hot hands. I wanted to see Shumpert get one shot in the fourth quarter. Unfortunately, the ball was mostly in Melo's hands. Shumpert got 0 shots in the fourth quarter. Melo had 3 turnovers, and 2 of them were horrendous, out of control, nowhere to go. I'm going to throw it to the Pacers turnovers. That's no good. You know that. Those are wasted possessions, wasted momentum. Look, he's the best player. He's got to figure out how to get that game home because Stephen A. thought it was almost home. All of us did. So you have to put, he's the best player, 80% of the blame on his doorstep.
I mean, I agree with some of the facts you're saying, but you can't compare the Heat's weapons to the Knicks' weapons. You got Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, who people still, in my opinion, underrated. He's been playing unreal in the playoffs this year. And you have LeBron James. And then you have Carmelo Anthony. You have J.R. Smith, who can be great at times.
Yeah. I mean, he was the 6th man of the year.
Right? Yeah, he was.
You disagree?
No, I think he was 6th man. I think he over Jamal Crawford. Could have went either way. And then you have Raymond Felton. Tyson Chandler's not an offensive presence, so you can't, in the fourth quarter, you can't blame him. So with J.R. Smith, who hasn't been playing well as of late, is not hitting, Raymond Felton, who wasn't playing well in that game, you can't rely on Chris Copeland and Shumpert to be your two guys who are great players, but you can't rely on them to be your second guys. So, I mean, it's almost like sometimes he has to get the ball.
We only got a couple of minutes, so I'm going to try to get this quick. Young fella, I want you to listen to me. Listen to me good, okay? Because I like you. And I want to educate you about something here because it's very, very important that you understand what I'm about to tell you. The cap next year is anticipated to be approximately $71.8 million, anywhere from $71 to $73 million. Do you know why that number is relevant? Because, see, you're going to have owners that tries to keep their salary numbers around that or lower in a perfect world.
Yeah.
Amari Stoudemire is scheduled to make $21.6 million next year.
Yeah.
Carmelo Anthony is at 21.4. Do you know when your contract negotiations come up, you ain't going to ask for less money. You're going to want more. And do you know when your daddy has somebody like a Kevin Garnett, a Paul Pierce on the squad or whatever, you know why they call Paul Pierce the truth? Because usually he delivered. That's why he had the salary that he had. In other words, the dudes that get paid that money, there's a level of responsibility that comes with it.
Agreed.
Carmelo Anthony is a star. Carmelo Anthony is big time. Do I think it's his fault that they lost? No. Am I saddened that they lost? Yes. But does it resonate with me that the 39 points that he scored, 35 of it came in the third quarter, in the first three quarters, but in the fourth quarter, 2 for 7 shooting? When you're closing, you're knocking on the door. I understand it happens. And I'm not saying that, you know what, you sit there and say, oh, no, I can't stand him. Of course not. He's a star. He's big time. I'm simply saying that when you're that close and you're knocking at that door, when that check is cut for you, that's the time people are looking for you to deliver.
Agreed.
And there's no way to escape it, is all I'm trying to say to you. You don't get around that. And so I don't blame him because he's the best, and they wouldn't even be in the picture if it wasn't for Carmelo Anthony. All right?
Okay, that's all.
But understand that when you want to come, because George calls it the best, everybody wants to get paid like stars. But do you really, really want the responsibility that comes along with it? That's what separates the superstars from everybody else.
Sounds like we
remember
need
that.
Over here. We need our 3 levels. Austin Rivers, such a pleasure to have you. You're obviously welcome to come to the show anytime. Tell your father I said hello.
I will do so.
What's next for you? What are you doing next?
Working. Just got cleared.
Get that hand right.
So
You did? You just got cleared today?
I'll be cleared today. So
Oh, great. Good.
I'm back in the gym.
I'm predicting that you're going to average double digits in points and you're going to shoot better than 45% from the field.
Sounds good.
All right? Make it happen.